Tough, organized side.
Harrisburg all stretched out to the middle. Back to Green.
Broke it up. There's a shot. They score! They score! Gerardo Forbes. Hey, it's in! Rochester has the lead. And again, it's St. Louis.
Good evening and welcome to FMV Field here on City Island in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for tonight's United Soccer League game between City Islanders and FC Cincinnati. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me, Charlie Giroux tonight, former player for Villanova and a local Politico as well, and president of Quantum Communications. And Charlie, finally a beautiful night here for soccer. It didn't look like that earlier in the day today, but now we're up in the 60-degree area, and a great night to play some soccer here at City Island.
A beautiful night here at FMV Field. A first-time meeting for these two sides. Cincinnati, new to the league, brings in a potent scoring attack, Gary. But Nick Noble has stood strong in goal thus far this season, so it's going to be an exciting match.
It's going to be a very exciting match tonight. The Islanders have had a tough time on the road, 1-3, have only scored 4 goals on the road. At home, though, in 2 games thus far, they've shown the ability to score big, and they've scored 4 games here at home. including against Louisville, the only team that's ahead of Cincinnati right now, and they lost a heartbreaker 3-2 here at City Island. And of course, the Cincinnati team comes in with a lot of flair right now. They got some big numbers to show in their park on some of the games they've showed up to, right?
Big numbers to show and a huge fan base, Gary. We might not draw the 20,000 they're accustomed to here tonight in Harrisburg, but we'll come close.
It's going to be a great night here. Craig Foster, of course, leads the attack for City FC. He comes in here with 2 goals, and they need to get a little bit more potent attack here tonight. And of course, 2 of the goals that were scored against them at home here were both on penalty kicks. They were heartbreakers in 2 big games. Of course, coming off a win here the last time they played at home against Orlando. But against this Cincinnati team tonight, a team that is playing their 3rd game in 7 days, you may see a little bit of a fatigue factor here tonight. You never know.
Yeah, these minor league teams, as you know, Gary, don't travel first class necessarily, so they may come in a little bit tired. And home field advantage always means something. The Islanders won't be back, or FC won't be back here for a month. They're going to be playing at their other home field down in Lancaster at Clipper Stadium for the next couple of games. So a good send-off to them tonight from the home crowd.
You talk about FC Cincinnati. They've got a great scoring attack up front with Sean Okoli, Andrew Wiedemann, and also Austin Berry, each of whom has 2 goals so far this season. So they have a triumvirate there that can get at you in a hurry. Wanted to look at some of the keys to the game tonight. Let's check in on those right now.
Keys to the game for us are making sure that we are mentally, ready to go from the start. The first whistle. This will be our 3rd game in 8 days and a lot of travel in between. So having that focus from the beginning is going to be important. The second key for us is to make sure that we keep our shape and we have discipline against a very tough, organized side. If we can do that, the longer it goes, we hope that we stay in the game, we can compete well, and walk away with a good result.
Three keys for tonight. Number 1 is we have to be able to break their pressure. They're a team that plays pretty high up the field, don't give you much time on the ball, and we've talked about that all week, is we have to play quick through our final third and into the middle third, and if we can do that, I think give ourselves a better chance. Second, we have to be able to take advantage of the spaces behind their outside backs, because again, they do play pretty high, and I think we can expose that area and hopefully get some good balls into the box. And then finally, we just have to be better as a team defensively. We've only had 1 clean sheet this year, and I think we have to really focus on having a good night defensively.
So there you heard Bill Belcher and John Harkis. John Harkis, by the way, going into the Hall of Fame here, and he's an inductee. Bill Belcher doing a great job here. He's been the coach they've had here at City Island since they got started. So you heard where the 2 coaches are tonight in terms of the keys to the game. It's going to be interesting to see how this game unfolds. And one of the things I know Bill Belcher's been worried about has been just the momentary lapses, you might say, after a goal, getting back quickly, and they've had a couple of those so far, Charlie. So hopefully, as they get more toward the midseason here, you're going to see that develop and a little bit more maturity in that regard.
And that's the key. It is a maturity that comes with a team gelling around each other, working together, making those gears mesh, and eliminating those unforced errors.
Nick Noble comes in tonight. You see him over there practicing right now, 1.83 goals per game. On the other side, Mitch Hildebrand has been stingy, 1.29 goals. And so it's going to be 2 great goalkeepers in the cage tonight here. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I said cage, excuse me. How about the net? But, every now and then you wander off. Beautiful night for soccer here. It's USL Soccer, and it's coming to you live tonight here on Invicta. Let's get ready to get this one underway. It's FC Cincinnati against City FC, and it's coming to you live here on Invicta. Back right after this. Welcome back to FMB Field, where we are ready to get this one underway as City FC going up tonight against FC Cincinnati here at FMB Field. It is a USL Soccer League match. We've got FC Cincinnati 4-2-1 coming in against Harrisburg City, who is 2-4 tonight. Gary Sutton with you, Charlie Giroux alongside of me. Charlie, of course, former player at Villanova. And Charlie, you look at this matchup tonight. We said it before. This could be a great momentum builder for City FC coming in here tonight. 2-4, have had a tough time scoring on the road, but they're back home here for their 3rd game. Got a nice crowd coming in here tonight. Cincinnati in its first season, but they're in 2nd place right now. And so it would be a big win tonight here to beat Cincinnati at home.
It would. A great night, a good crowd, and a first meeting for these 2 sides. Cincinnati, as you said, Gary, new to the league, so this promises to be all the action of USL that promises.
Cincinnati comes in here tonight with kind of a wild last couple of days. They had a rain-delayed win yesterday over Orlando City B. Promptly boarded a plane and headed in here to Harrisburg. So they're playing their 3rd game in 7 days, 3rd match in 7 days, if you will. And so it will be very interesting tonight. Of course, Harrisburg in its 13th season. They were 11-11-6 last year. Didn't make the playoffs the year before. They actually were in the finals before they lost to upstart Sacramento. So it is going to be an interesting matchup tonight. Will fatigue be a factor in this one? We're going to find out.
The coach suggested, Gary, that one of the keys for them was a quick start and an ability to overcome any fatigue that might be there and to play hard right from the opening whistle.
You see Harrisburg tonight in white with blue numbers on the other side. You've got Cincinnati in blue with orange trim. They will be to our left, and we are just about ready to put this one in play here. Welcome to FMB Field. Welcome to USL Soccer tonight as Warshaw starts it, and we are underway here with the third home game of the season, home match of the season here for City FC. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you and our entire Invicta crew tonight. About 59 degrees here, game match time, and of course the pitch is in pretty good shape. Well, it looks a little wet over here on the near side. The side they laid down on what is normally the infield for the Senators.
A beautiful pitch here and a beautiful night, Gary. It does look like there may be some seams out there in the sod that's laid over the infield.
Ball's going to be headed back upfield by Paul McNicholson. Harrisburg has been slow a little bit getting started this season, although last game came out of the gate in a much better way and looking for a good quick start here tonight. They sent out of there by Liam Doyle and then headed back up there by Harrison Delbridge. And then a hard kick at the goal and almost caught Mr. Hildebrand off guard a little bit, Charlie.
Yeah, long shot there to open the game, looking maybe for a rebound, but they're going to get a corner out of it.
So the first corner of the night goes to Harrisburg FC, City FC, if you will. Well, we call them City Islanders and City FC tonight, but you get the idea. So first corner kick here goes to Harrisburg. High and headed out of there nicely. Another chance here for a long shot. Chip it up there, not going to go anywhere off the foot of Josh Hughes, and so it'll be a goal kick out of there for Cincinnati. Cincinnati in their first season in the league, 29 teams in the USL this season. For Harrisburg, as we said, the 13th, 11-11-6 last year. We talked about Cincinnati coming off a win here, 2-1 over Orlando B. Harrisburg coming off a tough loss to Rochester, 2-1 last week. Here's Burrell touching it ahead. Looks like the pitch is a little bit slow here tonight as tackle from behind will take down Aaron Wheeler. One of the things that Bill Betcher talked about, Charlie, was going with a more defensive kind of lineup right now. And we saw it in the last game. And again, here tonight, it remains to be seen, what kind of changes we made. But they have a bigger lineup in there, of course, with Aaron Wheeler in there, 6'4" in the middle.
Going to be interesting to see how Harrisburg plays off of these set pieces, Gary. These are real opportunities for a team that's looking to pick up its scoring a little bit. So let's see how this works.
Here's Paul Wilson and Jose Burrell back here. Burrell has been outstanding so far this season. Burrell with the most shots on goal thus far, second most shots at 10 shots this season. Here's Burrell. Instead, Wilson sends it high. Looking to get ahead, just a little too far ahead on that, but nice idea.
Good idea, a lot of movement in the middle, and the chip just a little too far.
I'm going to watch tonight and watch Harrisburg's defensive spacing, Charlie. They were very tight last game when they came out here against Orlando City B, and we'll see if we see that same kind of defense here tonight from what Bill Betcher said.
He identified that as one of the keys to the game, Gary.
Long boot downfield. Trying to head no one home there. Taken by Nicholson. Controlled in the middle by McLaughlin. Then far side just didn't hook up, and you're going to see a lot of that kind of passing early in the game here. Just got to get used to the field and used to playing together again here again.
A little bit tentative to start here, Gary. A lot of these matches are, and they'll get it figured out pretty quickly.
Take it right back here to Hildebrand. Hildebrand with a low, flat shot out of there. Past Schaefer, and it's going to go across the touchline. It'll be brought in there by City FC. Early going here. Only 4:22 into this one. Very nice evening considering the day that we had. A little cool, but nice night. And considering the weather we've had lately, this is like summer.
The rain let up, Gary, and this is before the mayflies arrive here on City Island. So
there
it's
it
a
is.
beautiful night for soccer.
Yeah, the City Island famous for its mayflies. I don't know if they want to be famous for their mayflies, but there you go. Still room to get out here tonight if you're watching the game, and you can get on here. Plenty of time to go as a takedown on the far side. Looked like Wilson went down on that one.
Another free kick here for Harrisburg, Gary. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how well they can make these set plays work for them. Had a little trouble with scoring thus far this season, and this may be the opportunity to pick that up.
And of course, in soccer, you put a lot of pressure on when you're the first one to score. And Harrisburg's been pretty good defensively this year. Ball back to Schaefer. He'll swing it to the other side. And far side, wide
open.
open.
Space
Look at
on
this.
the wide side.
There it is, right to
Great
the middle.
pass.
Good luck.
Great pass.
Oh, and Wilson taken down. No call.
Fans looking for a call.
They sure were. Harrisburg the aggressor right now. Look to Burrell in the middle. Burrell right back. Little touch pass to the far side. Going to try to get it in the middle. And it just went across the line.
Over the end line. But they're leaving that right side open defensively, Gary, and that's a little bit of a question. And Harrisburg taking full advantage of it.
So Hildebrand will get to send another goal kick out of there. But Harrisburg certainly on the pedal here in the early going, Charlie.
They've pressed the action, no question about it, and they're using that pass swung out to the right side and then trying to get the big cross, and thus far it's looked pretty good.
Craig Foster, number 22, you see him up there for Harrisburg. He the leading scorer on the team with 2 goals this season so far. Far right-hand side comes Cincinnati. It'll cross the line. And the ball goes back to City FC. Schaefer puts it in play across the touchline, right back to Schaefer. He'll kick it out of there. Finds Foster up there. Foster taken down from behind. You know, I've decided that soccer players in the USL should all get either Emmys or Oscars at some point in time, because every time something happens, there's this over-dramatized kind of thing. I guess it's part of the game.
Well, they claim there are a lot of flops, and it's probably because there are.
Oh, and Foster thought he had one for a second going away, and Wheeler took down number 4, Harrison Delbridge. So long lead down the far side. Going to go across the touchline again, out of bounds, and to go back to the Islanders. Cleared nicely again, headed back upfield. Why use feet? And Foster trying to get on it here. I'll tell you, you'll see Wilson in on everything. He is all over the place.
He has
Paul
been
Wilson.
all over the place, Gary.
Paul Wilson out of Portmore United FC before, one of the players out of Jamaica here for City FC. Good move to the center there by Antoine Hopineau. He had a little bit of a longer road trip than most tonight from Paris, France.
Wearing the blue.
There it is. Line up, nice touch, headed out again. Get it to head and take it down. Good tackle there. Wheeler gets in the middle. Wheeler is one of those guys, big, long, loping kinds of strides, can screw up a lot of offensive attacks. Ball taken away there by Burrell. Harrisburg, an outstanding passing team. They're a team that really will try to hook up on their passing early and often.
Very patient and good short passing game, and they're creating space.
And look at this
Good
touch.
through pass.
Good kick out. Don't let him get the shoulders squared. And then a shot on goal, but it's going to be high. Sliding in on the far side there was Cummings with the shot on goal. So that's the second shot of the game now for Cincinnati. And you'll see it here again. Nice pass there just for a moment. Thought he had it to the outside, and then just a little quick over top. So 2 shots apiece so far by both these teams. And the ball will stay with Cincinnati. 9:35 into this one. You're watching it on Vicka here at City Island. 0-0 if you are internationally oriented. 0-0 if you're here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you.
On a beautiful Harrisburg night, Gary.
Yeah. Well, you were saying Harrisburg and Gary, and it kind of blended together.
And the City FC has pressed the action thus far. Cincinnati showing why they've come into this game placed in second in their debut in this league. Looking very good.
Good hook here. There goes Noble up to get it.
Noble, a very rangy keeper, and as you said, Gary, he's got a 1.89 goals against average thus far this season. You want to get that down a little bit. Your teams typically are playing, closer to 1 goal a game, but that will come. They've looked good defensively.
Nice job there as a 3rd shot on goal tonight. Here comes Barreal. Barreal is in the middle of the action right now. Barreal lets it go high and taken there by Mitch Hildebrand. So Hildebrand's 3rd save of the evening.
Went to the high right corner, but Hildebrand right there. No question about that one.
So far, 2 shots on goal for Cincinnati, 3 for City FC.
Again, using that wide right side, which has been left a little bit open defensively, Gary, and they've had an opportunity to get that right wing in the action, moving it up the touchline and giving the big cross. That may be the key at some point.
So again, seeing Cincinnati kind of rotating to this side defensively, then trying to get back to the other side. And right now it's okay, but maybe later on when the 3rd game in 7 days catches up with you, that fatigue and that little extra
running.
step starts to get in. Yeah, with all the rain, it looks to me like the field's just a little bit slow tonight.
It does, and it's probably still a little bit wet. As you know, we have a lot of rain yet today, and it may just have that little edge of slowness.
So they come to that far side again, over to Barreal. He's going to touch it off as Schaefer comes down near side.
And it does look particularly slow out across that infield. You saw it right there, guys.
See Barreal kind of tiptoeing through there right now. There's Wheeler coming on down. So the ball will go back to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati throw in.
And there you see Wheeler. Aaron Wheeler is a guy from Baltimore, Maryland. He played last for the Wilmington Hammerheads before coming here to City FC. Wheel again, nice lead.
Yeah.
Hildebrand very aggressive getting out of there and anticipating from his goalkeeper spot. Nice try off to the wing.
There was an opportunity.
Now you got an opportunity here. You got some numbers on your side if you're Cincinnati. Get that touch-off pass far side to Derek Luke. Back to the middle. Good lead far side. Got to look. Nice job defensively getting over there for Harrisburg.
Kept it in. No corner.
And taking it out of there. No call. I think Schaefer was about as surprised as anybody there that he got away with the tackle.
He came up and kind of looked.
Said, was it me? Wilson touches it off to the middle again to Barreal. Make that Hughes instead. Josh Hughes. Back outside now to Wilson. Back to Hughes again. And Harrisburg just content here for the moment to reverse. Good defense so far by Cincinnati. Trying to find someone open, and there was the slip we talked about right there with Foster. Foster trying to get his feet set to head the ball. Taken on the other side by Delbridge. A lot of long leads so far by Cincinnati in this one, Charlie.
A lot, and you would think that their short passing game would be their strength. So you wonder about the condition of the field down there. It doesn't look that great from up here, Gary, but the folks that I've talked to that were down on the field say it's just fine. So they're playing.
Wheeler, good job controlling there. Back near side. Taken there again by Hughes. Good defense inside that time by Omar Cummings. Then sent back down to Noble. Nick Noble so far this season has been very, very good. He has given up 11 goals, but he's also had 16 saves thus far this season. Our last game, he took a couple of point-blank shots and just great anticipation. That's what you have to have in your goalkeeper, Charlie. Great anticipation.
Anticipation is 90% of the game for the keepers, Gary, and the ability to read the plays coming in, to anticipate and make the quick play is what it's all about.
Good hit right there off the hands of Hildebrandt.
Came wide but kept in. No corner on that.
4 saves tonight so far for Hildebrandt. For Noble, 2. Looks to me so far that City has had the better of the play offensively, at least a little bit more organized attack.
They have, and they've looked very good.
Ball controlled there by Corbin Bone. Foster up there just looking for an opportunity. Sent back out by Pat McMahon of Cincinnati. To the middle, controlled there by Shauna Coley. And out in front comes Nick Noble. Good anticipation by Noble. So 3 saves tonight for Noble so far, 4 for Hildebrandt. So lots of shots being taken here early in the game.
And a good through pass there to set that up, Gary. Nice play on the part of Cincinnati FC.
Touch off. It's going to be controlled by Bone again, or is it? Taken away by Burrell. Burrell over to Wilson. Wilson has Burrell going back to his position on the outside. Wilson.
There's a nice ball.
Here
There's a nice ball.
And right on
Score.
There it is. He got it to Foster.
Beautiful setup. As you said earlier, Gary, that Wilson has been in every play, creating situations. Beautiful through ball there, and a quick score.
At the 16:53 mark, and there you go. The two that just did on the play, Wilson to Foster. The 2 guys from Jamaica. Look at that. Just a beautiful pass, and Foster took it. And beautiful job of just finding the part of the net where he wasn't. Take a look at it again from another angle. And this is just pretty.
But that is just a gorgeous through pass, and took it in stride and basically walked it in one-on-one.
Look at this. And I got to give credit to the keeper, Hildebrandt there. He held his ground. He didn't give way, and it was just a matter of Foster finding the right place and just bury it in the right side of the net. Great job. The Jamaica connection on that one.
Very pretty play and a great start for City FC.
So Wilson from Jamaica to Foster from Jamaica, and it all happened here on the island. Just a different island than what they're used to.
A little chillier, I suspect.
Hopido tried to get it back to the middle. Take it out of there by Hughes. So Harrisburg jumps first here tonight. They had a heartbreaking loss in their opener against Louisville, who's in first place, 3-2, in a game they tied up with just seconds to go. And so a win here tonight against this team, we have a long way to go yet, would be a great momentum builder, as we said at the top of the show.
Long way to go, but always good to score first, and particularly good to score that early. It puts a lot of pressure on Cincinnati, and Harrisburg FC continues to kind of control the action here, which is a big plus for them.
The key so far, Charlie, has been the shorter passing game against the kick and chase so far of Cincinnati. Does it seem that way to you?
Yeah, kick and run doesn't generally work, particularly
Right.
at this level, Gary, and the short passing game has been very effective. The play on which they scored came up the middle, but they've had a lot of opportunities on the right side. I want to see if those continue to develop.
And again, that spreads the defense out a little bit more, and thus
That's
you
what
come
it's
back
done.
to the middle too.
They've created a lot of space, and that's the key to successful offense. And tonight they've had good shots, good looks, and they continue to press the action.
There's Wilson again to Burrell. That Wilson-Burrell-Foster connection is lethal here if Harrisburg can get that going regularly. Burrell takes it back. He's another guy.
That was a very nice tackle, by the way.
Yeah, took it away nicely. There's Wilson again. Nice
Offsides.
lead ahead. Offsides on Foster. But the idea was right.
Yeah, just caught him looking. He was.
Keep up to date with the USL all season long by visiting the new USLsoccer.com for everything you need to know about the USL and its 29 teams. Get to USLsoccer.com. Almost 20 minutes into this one. Harrisburg, also known as City FC, leads it 1-0 on a goal by Foster at the 16:53 mark. Beautiful pass from
I think
Wilson.
Foster had the assist. No, you're right. Wilson had the assist. I stand corrected.
Wilson on the assist to Foster. And ball taken away again near side by Schaefer, who's been solid so far. So far side now, Cincinnati controls it. Get it to the middle. Headed back out again. They'll get one more chance at it here. Harrisburg sitting back maybe a little lethargically here for the moment. Look out. Great job by Noble coming out.
Offsides, but a very dangerous play.
Oh. One of the things we've seen with Harrisburg and with City FC from time to time here, Charlie, has been the fact they kind of sit back and let the other team just kind of operate at will in a dangerous area, and all of a sudden there's that thrust, and we saw it right there. Unfortunately, they had offsides, but Noble did a great job of anticipating the play and coming out and knocking it away.
He was cutting off the angle as fast as you could, but he was confronted with somebody coming in one-on-one. That's tough.
The one-on-one when you're a goalkeeper is not where you want to be. For Wilson, by the way, that was his third assist of the season on that goal.
And again, just a beautiful through pass, Gary. It doesn't get much better than that. That'll be on the season highlights.
And again, controlled by Barreal. Here comes Wheeler to the outside. The always dangerous man right there in the middle. Foster. Touch it off again, near side. And a little too far. Schaefer can't catch up. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Also, Twitter. Follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 USL season. You're a Twitter guy, aren't you, Charlie?
I am not.
I thought I'd throw
a technological dinosaur, Gary.
Well, but you have people that kind of do that for you now
I
and
have
then.
folks
so
that do it for me.
It's nice.
I'm blessed. I have very, very smart young people that understand and love all of the social media.
So you're not anti-social. You're just not a social media guy.
No, I just don't have the time to do all that's required to really participate. So I hang back.
But I think I read somewhere where the millennials are now the biggest group in the country, and they love social media. So there you go.
They live by it.
It's the way they communicate. My wife likes social media a lot, my wife Debbie, and I occasionally have to communicate with her via social media if things aren't going well that night. So. And then it's not exactly social. It's, no, I'm kidding. She's wonderful about it.
She is a delight.
Near side here, controlled by, not controlled, rather by Pat McMahon. And here comes, call this basketball.
Got numbers now.
They got Wheeler on the outside. If Wheeler can get by, and Wheeler taken down, nice tackle there.
A hard tackle, but a nice clean tackle.
Sure
no
was.
Flag on that. I think some of the fans thought there might have been, but that was a good tackle.
Cincinnati gets it
very
over
hard one.
far side to Derek Luke. So Harrisburg continues to lead 1-0 here, or 1-0 if you'd like. At City Islander Stadium tonight. Your Invicta crew bringing this to you live. There was a push. Ball across the touchline will be taken there by Cincinnati. Or as they like to be known as FC Cincinnati, in their first season here.
They have a nice club, and as you said, Gary, they come in riding a 6-game unbeaten streak. A lot of action this week. and a lot of travel this week, but it doesn't really show thus far.
Oh, and Foster trying to just distract Hildebrand for a minute, and Hildebrand focused on the ball the whole way. Cincinnati controlling here for the moment. Play Escape to Margaritaville, a new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And with the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery, you could win top prizes of $100,000 or a luxury trip package. Play Escape to Margaritaville today. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day.
Cincinnati picks up a corner kick on that play, Gary. So
take a look at this again as Cincinnati's going to get their second corner of the game, make that the first corner of the game for them. So for the near corner, it'll be Derek Luke putting this one into play. Good high corner, right on past. Put it up in the air nicely, but another
corner kick from the other side, Gary. I wasn't sure whether they were going to give him the 6-yarder or not, but corner from the other side.
So quickly, Cincinnati now with 2 corner kicks, and these are always dangerous. A good hooking kick there, but went by his target a little bit. So Luke says, I'll run to the other side and do it again.
Nobody on the far post, which is interesting, Gary.
Nice and high there. Look at that. Headed out of there by City. Again, one more shot. And Cincinnati is on the pedal here, and quickly,
and who do you know?
Foster comes out of there with it. Good job, though, of repelling the attack that time. Never did actually get a shot on goal there.
Taller defenders really paid off on that little sequence of set plays there, Gary.
Pat McMahon, and there's you're gonna see a foul right there with a hook. One of the things we saw against Louisville in the opening home game here, Charlie, was that big size you're talking about. Louisville with some really long, lanky kids, and Harrisburg ended up bringing in some of their long, lanky guys later on with Wheeler and also Jankowskis to kind of counteract that. Brought them back into the game in the second half.
Yeah, and you had Liam Doyle, another 6'4" guy back there who can jump.
Yes, he can.
That made a big difference.
Liam Doyle from the Ohio State University. By way of the Isle of Man in the UK.
There's another nice ball and a good heading, running header over the bar.
Couldn't quite get it low enough there, but Wheeler was coming. He's saying, hey, somebody was on my back. That's the reason I couldn't get low enough. But another nice lead here, and who's it from? Wilson. Wilson just putting the ball where you want it right now as Harrisburg continues to attack. Now 27-39 into this one. 1-0, Harrisburg leads. Or as they like to be called now, City FC.
Playing their first season here at beautiful FNB Field, Gary, and we'll take a little break from this home pitch to go down to Lancaster and play in Clipper Stadium there, another beautiful ballpark.
Well, I know one of the things that Eric Pettis and company really are trying to do is to really make them a regional draw, and that really helps getting out there to Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, a beautiful stadium, by the way, if you've never been there.
Beautiful stadium and a huge soccer area. Youth soccer in Lancaster County is probably the dominant sport, and there's a good fan base there for Harrisburg FC.
Straight on through as Noble will play it. It's the fourth shot taken now, so both goalkeepers here with 4 saves thus far tonight. Over there on the far side, you see Bill Betcher. Betcher, of course, with his assistant coaches over there, Steve Widdowson and Dennis Clark. Club president, of course, is Roy Mell. Back to Wheeler. Another good tackle. A lot of really clean tackles thus far tonight that we've seen.
Some good hard tackles, but all clean.
Yeah, it's been a very well played game so far that way. Against Orlando, I think we had like 9 penalties in the game, or 9 yellow and red cards in the game.
No cards tonight, and relatively few free kicks.
A lot crisper passing right now, it looks like, from Cincinnati as they're trying to pick it up. But the defense by Harrisburg so far has been equal to the task.
Yeah, both sides have really settled into their games at this point, Gary. A little bit tentative early, as we said. A little bit sloppier play. Now they're both settling into their offenses and really doing the things that they have to do to be successful.
Kenny Walker getting it far side there, trying to get over to Harrison Delbridge. The ball's going to be thrown back in play here eventually. I was kidding last week. I said I was actually playing soccer when they were still kicking that in from the sideline. We played fall and spring that year, and by spring we were throwing it in. Everybody had to keep their feet on the ground. Of course, now if you watch the collegiate game today and you get guys that do all the somersaults and everything else with the ball, it's a lot of fun.
Those
foot
throws are a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, my goodness. Battle inside, and just a momentary lapse here. Paul Nicholson was trying to chase it down there for Cincinnati, getting it up ahead to Foster. Foster so quick, all but double teamed there. Good job there by Burrell. Wheeler sends it ahead. Again, you can see the tricky footing over here on the near side where the turf is in. And by the way, the people here do such a great job on that turf. But you can't help when nature puts rain on it. The reviews so far this year in the field have been very, very good. Everybody seems to like it. Obviously playing in a stadium.
Huge increase in fan attraction in that regard, Gary, from the ballpark that they played in out back here for several seasons to FNB Park, which has a new name this year, which really is a beautiful venue.
There's that far side again. Now do you have him in the middle? There he is.
Great
Foster.
ball.
Oh, good defense right there. Just getting in the way was Harrison Delbridge. So Delbridge, Foster looked like he had a point-blank shot there just for a moment.
He did. Hesitated for just a second and was knocked down by the defenders.
Delbridge with a nice job. Harrison Delbridge, by the way, you talk about big guys, 6'4", 205 pounds, out of Sydney, Australia. He used all 6'4" that time in stopping that shot. Harrisburg doing a nice job defensively, jamming that middle, really making Cincinnati go to the outside. You're not seeing a lot of center-to-center kind of stuff.
Not a lot of space up the middle, and I think that may be one of the keys for Cincinnati is to be able to create that space in the middle.
Delbridge to Nicholson on the head. Taken back there by City FC. Back to Burrell, near side. Wide open. I said Burrell, I meant Warshaw. Bobby Warshaw from nearby Mechanicsburg.
Opportunity.
Here's Burrell. Back to Warshaw. A little bit of a lead ahead there, trying to find Schaefer. And
they're going to give him the corner.
The corner earned here by Harrisburg. So their second quarter of the night. So both teams with a deuce in that regard. So they're going to send Burrell over. He does the honors here for Harrisburg. So a big moment here for the Islanders. There's some of the crowd tonight. A lot of young people out here enjoying the evening. I think a lot of people had cabin fever from the last few days, just wanted to get outside and see if the sun still shined.
Gary, we had a miserable morning, but then it cleared up, and as you know, at game time, it was beautiful out here on City Island at FNB Field, and a little chillier now, but still a nice night.
Well, look at the crowd underneath the net right here. Oh, and great
Punched out.
job by Hildebrand. Schaefer puts it up in the air. Battle on the far side. Harrisburg wins it out. Taken by Josh Hughes. Another nice lead down that far side.
There's that right side again, Gary. Did they call the offsides?
You're going to get the offsides called there.
Hildebrand showing a lot of ranginess and being able to come out over the top and punch that ball to clear it off the corner kick, Gary. That's why he has a 1.29 goals against average. A very, very nice play there.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive news and interactive content. Go to Facebook. with the USL. Great way to follow them every single night. And don't forget that all USL matches are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel as we're now 34 minutes into this one. And so far, Harrisburg has comported themselves very well. How's that for tonight's word?
It's one that fans will want to write down and look up later, Gary.
Yeah. Good tackle there again. And here you got some numbers if we get them out ahead. Good footwork far side there. Dump it off. Warshaw gets it ahead again, and Hildebrand comes out. Taken in the middle of the field by Kenny Walker. I think that Kenny Walker, rather. Wasn't there a Kenny Walker that played many years ago in basketball for University of Kentucky? Might
just have been. You might see him on the broadcast booth from time to time now, guys.
Kenny Skywalker, right?
That was it.
Right now, fans are between sections.
So Harrison Delbridge controls it near side. DePaul Nicholson. City FC, 35 minutes into this one so far and up 1-0. Nice crowd here tonight on the night before Mother's Day. Hope all of you are saying thank you to Mom. We're getting ready to do that tomorrow. And if you're watching this match right now, guys, and you haven't done anything yet, there's still time. Get out there. And do not pick up the first card you see, please. Oh, good lead here ahead. Cincinnati.
That was a nice shot.
Far corner there, and he really had that lined up pretty well.
Written on it. It really did. He went to the far post, and the keeper read it very well, just a little wide.
Noble was there about a half step late, and I think breathing a sigh of relief when he saw it go by the post. Noble with a beautiful yellow outfit here tonight. A little different than the last match that we saw here at home. A great head up there for Cincinnati. Controlled in the middle of the field by Omar Cummings. Cummings right back up and on it again. Here they are. Good look to the middle. Dangerous time here. Cummings will chase it down to the far side. He's in a battle over there with Baril, and Baril gets the best of it. There's Wheeler. Wheeler taken out there. That's going to be a flag, and it's going to belong to City FC. Escape in an instant with the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play the new instant game, Escape to Margaretville, and you could win top prizes of $100,000 or a luxury trip package. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Sun's starting to go down here. Still light, but the field lit up very nicely here.
Wonder a little bit why that wasn't a play-on situation there a minute ago, Gary. It looked like Harrisburg was pressing the advantage.
And just a long kick by Schaefer. Be a goal kick out of there by Hildebrand. They've really made a nice stadium here with the FMB field. It's I haven't been here in many a year. I'm down in the New York area, and of course I go over to People's Bank Stadium a lot now. It was Sovereign and Santander Stadium before, but Santander. But now, they've really built up this back section here. They've got the box seats up here and so forth. Very nice.
They did a beautiful job when they redid this. It was then Metro Bank Park. Metro Bank, of course, merged with FMB, and now it's FMB Park. And I think some folks wondered, Gary, how a soccer field out here would work. But the pitch is beautiful. The arrangement of it is ideal.
Yeah.
And it really works very, very well for both baseball and soccer. So fans ought to take a look the next time Harrisburg FC is in town.
Yeah, it'd be really maybe an unknown commodity here right now. And, again, try to be a regional power. And I think with the York, Harrisburg, Lancaster area here, the triumvirate of city, it's certainly a good chance to do that. Look out here. There's a push from behind. Are they going to earn a corner on this? And Maybe not the greatest sportsmanship there, and the official says on the way by the
I
way.
think he may have had a word with him.
Yeah. And that was not the best you're going to see. Is you saw Hopino, he said maybe that works in France, but it doesn't work real well here.
I somehow think he didn't agree with the call, Gary. I don't know.
Are you just taking a wild guess at that, are you? That's why you are the astute color analyst that you are.
I am Captain Obvious.
We're having a lot of fun up here today. We certainly have a wonderful seat here up at the right field side here, right underneath the press box, and could not be sitting in a better place.
It's perfect.
Certainly not. I'm glad I'm not sitting where Hildebrand and Noble are. They're in the hot seats down there in the net. So Schaefer will just kick it across the touchline. Live to fight another day. All put back into play by Jimmy McLaughlin. Back to Paul Nicholson. So far, you've got to say, City has done a good job of shutting down the short passing game here.
They have. They've really settled into the pattern that I think they wanted to play tonight, Gary. And after a tentative start, it really is working well for them.
Back to the middle off the foot of Corbin Bone. Oh, there's the outside. You're going to have a chance to get this to the middle. There it is. Oh, it's straight on.
Beautiful shot and a very, very nice cross, Gary.
Boy, what a wonderful cross that time. Off the foot of Jimmy McLaughlin. Well, he got it down there. It's almost like having a corner kick.
First timed it beautifully.
So 41-22 into this one. Don't know how much extra time will be added on yet, but
shouldn't be a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there should be a lot at all. Oh, and Wheeler about 1 foot away from being one-on-one. Here comes Noble. Schaefer. There was a battle. The taller guy gets the advantage there over Wilson. As you saw, big guy going up for Cincinnati there. Corbin Bone managing to take the ball away. Make that Pat McMahon instead. Battle in the middle. Oh, and Baril holds on. He's going to get called.
About 3 minutes left in regulation here in the first half, Gary. It'll be interesting to see how much extra time they tack on. There wasn't much stoppage in that half at all.
Maybe the most stoppages on that high kick by Hopino after the one play. Good sliding kick out of there. Taken far side by Wheeler. Look out. And this is where danger time is. And, you know, you're trying to sometimes just subconsciously buy your way into the half. You got a lead. And Harrisburg's gotten hit for this a couple times here at home this year.
Yeah, they've gotten stung with those late minute goals, and I'm sure they're cautious here.
Won by Louisville right after Harrisburg had tied the game up against them. The ball's going to be taken out of there. It's going to stay, though, instead with Cincinnati. Kind of a late whistle on that one.
Kinda.
So Bobby Warshaw got hit for that one. Warshaw, the local favorite here out of Mechanicsburg. Warshaw by way of his last team was Honfus. So here's what you want right now if you're Cincinnati.
Here.
Set piece and Noble guarding the near corner. And
they don't have the little spray, though, to mark it for the defenders.
Yeah. And a rocket shot. And if it were football, he'd have just gotten 3. But this one, he just gets a goal kick coming out. That's why you see all those soccer guys as football kickers, right?
Yeah, he leaned back just a little on that one, Gary.
Yes, he did.
Flew.
A few people up there with a brew and 2 in their hands and saying, Like that shot. Didn't go where it was supposed to go. So now about 45 seconds left on the clock that we can see. Nice job by Wheeler getting up there above everyone. Foster trying to chase it down. Going to kick it back to Hildebrandt and get it out of there. Here comes Foster. Good head back upfield by Cincinnati. And it's going to belong to City FC. They'll be not in a great hurry here to get this one in right away. Taking their time. To Wheeler. Little sense of urgency here right now for Cincinnati. Corbin Bone pushes it far side. See if they have stoppage time up on the board right now. As you said, Charlie, should not be a lot.
1 minute, Gary. They say 1 minute stoppage.
1 minute stoppage time. There you go. So as you said, not a lot in this one. Here you have to stay vigilant. Here comes Cincinnati right now. Look out. Ball controlled the middle of the field by McLaughlin. Need to get a shot on goal here for Cincinnati. You're running out of time. And now City FC will have a chance to put this into play. And again, will not be in any great hurry to do it. Have to make sure you don't have a delay of game, but you do want to make sure you take all the time you need.
And the long throw up the touchline.
Exactly.
And that'll be the half.
And there you have it. First half is history here. And the Islanders are up 1-0 on Cincinnati. We're going to go to the half here. And we'll be back for statistics and highlights in the second half. You're watching USL Soccer here live on Invicta from FMB Field here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Again at half, Harrisburg 1, Cincinnati 0.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free homeownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of homeownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
Welcome back to FMB Field here for our USL soccer match tonight between City FC and also FC Cincinnati. 1-0 here at the half as you're watching a little bit of a warm-up down on the one end of the field here by some of the guys that didn't get to play in the first half. And Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux up here, and we are not wearing our shirt sleeves anymore. We are up now with it's a little cooler up here than it was before. So. But very nice as we're watching it tonight. And compared to the last few days, this is gorgeous.
It is. No rain, a little cooler, but that's fine.
You see a lot of fans out here tonight. It's really been a nice night for soccer. We've seen a really clean first half here, Charlie. And you look here at the halftime stats. Shots by period, First period, there were 3 by Cincinnati, 5 by Harrisburg. We talked about that a lot. Corner kicks, 2-2 in the corner kicks. And, of course, the 1 goal, they have the 16:57 mark of the first half. The assist from Wilson to Foster, the Bermuda connection, if you will, or Jamaica connection, for the 1 goal to half. Talk about what you saw in the first half in terms of the whole picture of what went on there, Charlie.
Well, let's talk about the goal first for just a second, Gary, because Wilson gave a beautiful through pass. Foster made the completion perfectly, basically walked it in, put it right in the right spot, took the keeper completely out of the play, who made the right call on it himself.
Right.
But early on, both teams a little bit tentative. Harrisburg took advantage to put their game together a little bit more quickly than Cincinnati, used the short passing game, and particularly the right side, which was open an awful lot, to get some long runs up the touchline. But then that one situation where Wilson pushed the through pass to Foster, quick score. And I think having that advantage really helped them to develop their game because Cincinnati very quickly got into theirs.
Conversely, it looked like City FC did a pretty good job defensively on keeping Cincinnati from making the same kinds of pushes in the center of the field, although there were a couple dangerous shots there at the end. But they did a pretty good job defensively there in the first half, I thought, in the middle of the field.
Did a very good job in the middle of the field, didn't allow Cincinnati to create a lot of space, and used a height advantage to clear a lot of those balls.
Yeah, you looked at Wheeler and a couple of those kind of guys getting the ball out of there. What stuck out in the first half in terms of any particular player? I thought that Wilson and I thought Burrell were all over the place.
They were, and Wilson really controls that midfield play exceptionally well, distributes the ball very well for Harrisburg or for City FC, and that has been a big advantage for them in the first half.
And you look on the other side, Akoli, one of the guys that's a big scorer for them, has 3 goals this season already, really didn't see a good shot in the first half. Akoli, of course, wearing number 9, and they were trying to get him open, and I thought pretty good focus by the defense from City FC on him.
They were looking for him very clearly, Gary. Again, Harrisburg. I keep calling him Harrisburg. City FC. I'll get it right here before. I'm used to calling him Harrisburg. But City FC did a very good job of clogging the middle, not allowing Cincinnati to create space, and not allowing them to find their star scorer.
There were a couple moments where Harrisburg, and we've seen that in some of the other matches that we've had here, got a little lethargic on defense, gave a little too much room there for the offense to operate for Cincinnati, and they almost paid for it.
You can see how Harrisburg has been stung by the last-minute B, as it were. And I think that's going to be a challenge for them later in this game, particularly if their 1-0 lead holds up, to make sure that they don't allow those quick strikes.
Well, we've got a highlight package. Let's go to it right now and take a look at what happened in the first half. As we said, 1 goal scored, but a lot of good soccer going on throughout the first half. It was very clean. And here you go. Going to take a look. There it is in the middle. That was a good straight-on look that time by Foster, but wonderful defense by Harrison Delbridge. And then there's that kick through, and watch Foster put this right in the right side of the net. That was a beautiful pass.
Took the through ball right in stride, saw the keeper going to the left side of the post, put it right past him.
3rd assist of the season for Wilson there, and for Foster, his 3rd goal this season, and this could not have been any pretty. You could show this all night long as far as we're concerned.
We said at the time that'll be on the season highlight film, no question about it.
Foster, of course, of the 8 goals last season, has picked up where he left off last year, 3 so far this season. They'd like to see more of that. There's Wilson again, pushing it through from yet another angle. And
I think they like that one, Gary.
Our Invicta crew has it from every angle that's possible here. And then you saw Cincinnati putting a shot just on that far post, and Noble having a tough time getting there. Watch it again. And here's that center right toward the end of the half, and very dangerous and straight on. And Noble right there, but fortunately the ball just a little bit high. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back here and get ready for the start of second half action. It is the City Islanders Football Club, City FC, and they're up 1-0 at the half over Cincinnati. Cincinnati in second place coming in here tonight. And the Islanders trying to pull off a big one here this evening. If you look at the standings, by the way, on the season so far, it's Louisville, who the Islanders lost to 3-2 in their opener here at home. They're in first place with 17 points. FC Cincinnati with 13. Charlotte Independence with 12. And then New York Red Bulls with 10. Rochester with 10. Charleston Battery with 9. Charleston Battery, as we said, 9. Wilmington Hammerheads FC with 8. Bethlehem Steel FC with 8, Orlando City B with 7, and then you have Harrisburg checking in at 6. So Harrisburg could make a real move tonight if they could win this one and get 3 points and move up to fifth or sixth place here with a move tonight.
Yeah, and just a point below those that would be ahead of them at that point. This would be a big win for Harrisburg, or for City FC.
And just below Harrisburg, of course, Toronto FC 2, and you've got Pittsburgh Riverhounds and FC Montreal. So it is going to be interesting tonight to see if they can build on this lead here in the second half. So far, it's been all City FC. We'll be back with more. It's 1-0 here at the half. We get started for the second half here in just a moment. You're watching Invicta Sports.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
as Harrisburg leads 1-0 here at FMB Field. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you here. As right away, Harrisburg puts the heat on. In the first half officially, saves by the period. Hildebrand had 3, and Harrisburg officially with none as far as the saves in the first half. So Cincinnati with the ball here, trying to get it back to Wilson. Just underway here, starting the second half at FMB. So Hopeno, he of the bad temper the first half, is replaced here in the second half by Andrew Wiedemann. And Wiedemann, some gaudy numbers. He's got 2 goals on the season. So Wiedemann in here in the second half wearing number 23 in place of Hopeno. So Cincinnati coming out here with a little renewed energy offensively here to start the second half. Ball sent out of there by Wilson. And stays in. And there is Wiedemann. Wiedemann, one of 3 guys with 2 goals or more here for Cincinnati. The leader on Cincinnati, of course, Coley with 3.
Wiedemann right behind him.
So Cincinnati, ball to the middle, controlled there by Warshaw. Trying a little give and go right there and taken down hard. And ooh, that one hurt. Okay, it's gotten a little cold, and I guarantee you that one on the shin right now hurt, and you can see him pounding on the field right now. Let's take a look at it again. And Foster dumping it off, and there's Wheeler being taken down. The big guy going down again. Wheeler got hit hard in the first half, too.
He's taking a little punishment tonight, Gary.
Yeah,
He's still in pain.
He's just kind of checking to make sure everything's in place right now. That's a big guy, and I'll tell you what, he got taken down. He's kind of shaking, trying to shake it off.
He's going to be okay, but he's not feeling too well.
Person they usually would bring in for him would be Jankowskis if he were to leave the game.
Just going to walk it off.
So Wheeler stays in there. Immediately gets a hug, but not the kind you normally want. It's defensive hug, as you can see the kind of banging around that goes on in there.
Another set piece here for City FC. Pushes it to the far side.
Trying to control it down there in the corner. Good turn. Gets it up in the air. This is where you want it to go. Chance to make some kind of shot on goal. Not going to happen here, though. There's Schaefer coming back downfield defensively. Ball controlled by Cincinnati. Good lead out ahead. Up to Jimmy McLaughlin. That back line, though. 4 right there in a line where you should be.
And McLaughlin made the good turn, but nobody there. Here's
Look
trouble.
out. Got to get a turn. Dumped off right there, and now kicked out of there nicely by Liam Doyle. And here comes Burrell down the far side, has it taken away. Another good tackle. We've talked about how clean this game's been so far tonight.
2 long runs there, Gary. One by City FC and then Cincinnati turning it around and bringing it right back.
How much different is USL than the collegiate game? I know you played at Villanova, and you keep a pretty good eye on the collegiate game a lot.
This level, Gary, has really stepped up. You're seeing play here that is really pretty exceptional.
Of course, the only level above this is Major League Soccer, and You know, the USL now has expanded to 29 teams, and you're seeing that international flavor combined with the domestic flavor here, and it comes up with a pretty good, I guess like craft beer, you've got craft soccer that's of a pretty good quality here in the United States.
It's really stepped up. The level of play has just increased exponentially over the course of the past couple of decades.
What's the biggest thing you've seen, you know, when you look at the soccer game and how it's changed, Charlie?
Well, the skill level, Gary, has just, you know, so markedly increased, but with that has come the speed of the game. The skill level improving so dramatically has increased with the speed of the game, and you're seeing almost an international level at levels of soccer that before were just kind of kick and run and, you know,
right
and peck, and it's really the.
We saw an example right there with Derek Luke with some great foot skills there, just kind of creating an opportunity. Derek Luke, by the way, the 5'9" defenseman out of Bridgewater, New Jersey.
And when you have that skill increase, Gary, you also are able to see the flow of the game change pretty dramatically because they're able to do things that they weren't able to do before, able to do them really easily or seamlessly. And so the flow of the game changes, and I say the speed increases. It's just a much more beautiful game. As the Brazilians would say, joga bonito.
Well, here's Sean Okoli. You get the restart here, if he indeed does do the kick. We've seen the crosses here before, so let's take a look and see if he does the kick or fakes it. Hard move right off the top.
bar.
What a shot. You see why Okoli is so dangerous. Oh, here's another free one. Another one high and wide. But that shot by Okoli was a rocket shot off the top of that bar.
He put a laser on right off the top of the bar.
Look at this. Boy, great angle here. Look at this from our Vicar crew. Watch this. Oh.
Almost bent it into that corner. He was looking to bend it into that left corner, and it was right there.
Look at that. That was going to be unreachable if you're Noble. I mean, you just the velocity on that was unbelievable. Here's one more time. Look at that.
And Noble played it very well, but that's the one spot that a keeper can't get to, and he had it right there.
Of course, the ball hooking away from him as he was coming to try to get it. Noble slips out there on the turf. Controlled by Evan Lee.
Cincinnati has come out in this second half, Gary, doing what they wanted to do in the first half, which is really to control the action, and they've done it very effectively here at the start of the second.
Much better connectivity, if you will, among their passes now. They look like they're really sharpening up those 10 to 12-yard passes.
They are, and they're getting the opportunities as a result, Gary.
Working the sides quite a bit here, too, as well. There you see Jose Barril out of Madrid, Spain, played for Real Madrid.
One of the great clubs internationally. So, you talk about the level of play here. That's a reflection.
You talk about Real Madrid, you're talking about unbelievable program.
And some of the best players in the world.
Soccer is just an unbelievable sport. I mean, and you watch people, I mean, just absolute zealots around the world following this game.
The most popular game in the world, Gary, and in many countries, the only game that is really followed.
You know, it's one of the things you talked about was the interest in the game here and how it's improved in our country. And I think the fact that, you know, you see the scores now constantly and people are interested in, you know, what's Manchester doing, what's Madrid doing, you know, those kinds of teams, even what's Leicester doing, or you know, some of the upstart teams. It's been interesting to watch the growth of it and the interest of it here in the United States.
It really has, and with the television opportunities has come more fan interest, Gary, and so I think you're going to see that multiplier effect as we walk down the road really, really dramatically increase the interest in soccer, not only here in the States, but internationally as we look forward to the next World Cup.
And again, we remind you that you have a chance to watch this high level of soccer right here in our region, here in the Harrisburg, Lancaster, York area, even if you're from Lebanon, over in Lancaster County, Reading. Good place to come to watch great soccer. It's and a wonderful venue here.
Terrific. I mean, great entertainment, really good quality soccer in a great fan venue. Little defensive miscommunication it looked like there, Gary, and those are the situations that sometimes can cause you a lot of trouble.
We're going to be back in here, by the way, Monday night at 7 o'clock against the Charleston Battery here at FMB Field, 7 o'clock, so you can get your tickets out here. Come on out and see the game. And then May 22nd will be at Clipper Magazine Stadium, that at 6 o'clock. And on Tuesday, May 24th, again, that'll be against Bethlehem Steel. And here's a move right here. FC, looking to score. Come up right here. Take a look. Joshua Hughes trying to get it. Taken back out. Back to the middle. Line it up. Wilson's got it again. Wilson.
Spreading the field.
Near side. He's got McLaws over here. And just out of the way. Great job. You see
They
Foster
had them
come up
for
smiling.
offsides, but that was a great play in there. They had him for offsides.
Yep. Foster just getting in behind. You saw him come up with that wry smile. We said on Sunday, May 22nd, Bethlehem Steel will be the opponent over at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Good head out of there by Liam Doyle. Liam Doyle, one of those great rocks of defense there in the middle. He's been solid in there all night long. Follow at USL on Twitter to keep up with all the live action during the 2016 USL season. And you can also become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive news and interactive content. And then, of course, USL's on YouTube. All USL matches are live, available free and in HD on YouTube. Follow the action on the USL YouTube channel. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you here on our Hull and Vicar crew tonight as McLaws has it near side for City FC, trying to get it into the middle. It's going to be kicked across and across the end line.
Another corner here for City FC, Gary, and an opportunity.
That'll be the third corner kick tonight, as they will send Wilson down there to take this one. Or will it be Barrio? Barrio normally does this. And here comes Barrio. And so Wilson over there with him. You may well see him kick it to Wilson, let him set it. Wilson sets it up far side, a little long, headed toward the goal, and just at the last moment kicked across the end line. But FC exerting themselves now a little bit on the offensive end as well, as we are now 58-14 into this one.
Coming back, Gary, Cincinnati came out really energized, doing what their coach had said they needed to do right from the start of the game, and they didn't do terribly effectively in the first couple of minutes. In the second half, they really pressed the action, now settling back into a little bit more of the pattern we saw in the first half, and City FC has looked very good.
Talk about Cincinnati FC head coach, also National Soccer Hall of Fame inductee John Harkis is the guy who is the head coach there. So, again, gaudy honors there going along with Coach Harkis. Cincinnati, it's going to be across the touchline. Will remain with City FC. We mentioned the game's coming up Tuesday, May 24th. Toronto FC will be playing at Clipper Magazine Stadium. That at 7 o'clock. And then they go on the road against this very same Cincinnati team on May 28th. That's Saturday at Nippert Stadium, where they had 20,000 earlier in the season. Hard to believe.
Really remarkable, Gary. That's a great thing for the league, a great thing for this new ball club, and something to really build upon for the future. A terrific job by their franchise.
And we'll not be back here at FMB Field until June 21st against Montreal. So they're going to be on the road for a little while. And, of course, 2 games at Clipper Magazine Stadium, as we mentioned.
Again, a great place to watch any sport, but soccer will be there, and the folks in the Lancaster, Lebanon area will have an opportunity to see City FC.
Got you. Play Escape to Margaritaville, the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Again, benefits older Pennsylvanians. Control here in the middle. Defense a little loose right now. Look out. And there it is, straight on, and Noble straight in front. There's what we were talking about. You saw a lot of offense being played in there fairly close, and the defense kind of sitting back on that one, Charlie.
Just a hesitance that is split second that can cost you, Gary, and it looks like there's a little bit of miscommunication on the defense, and they'll straighten that out, but they're playing 4 flat in the back right now, and when the ball comes to the middle, there seems to be a little bit of miscommunication about who's picking up specific players and marking them.
Bill Betcher talked about that in the last game and out of the Louisville game where they had some breakdowns there for a few moments, and that's certainly something in the game of soccer where it's so explosive and so quick and so spontaneous that you can't afford to really have that hardly ever.
That split-second hesitation will kill you.
And obviously, too, when you have new players coming together here early in the season, you're trying to get that melding together of the mentality here.
And that's a lot of it, Gary. It's got to, it's those gears meshing with guys that may not have played together all that much in the past and just knowing what the other is going to do without communicating. And that's why I say there's just a tiny little bit of miscommunication there, it seems.
Priel dumped it off to Wheeler there. Couldn't get it back to the middle cleanly. So sent back upfield here. This was a lot more the kick and chase we saw in the first half as Schaefer gets it. Cleared out of there by Warshaw near side. Wilson with a nice foot save there, and then Wilson right back on the.
Oh, there was a good opportunity and a very nice look.
Well, you talk about Wilson's skills there, though. I mean, Wilson, great foot save, and then right back on it, and it was on the other end, and they had the right idea of trying to get it to him on the outside.
Great idea, just a little bit long and across the touchline.
61-56 into this one, almost 62 now. And we got a new player coming into the game for Cincinnati.
Substitution into the game for FC Cincinnati. Entering the game, number 3,
Tyler Pollock into the game. Tyler Pollock, another guy. When you look at the stats, Tyler Pollock comes into the game, has 1 point this season, 1 assist. So Pollock into the game now wearing number 3. A defenseman. 5'8", 155 pounds out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
And Cincinnati getting good production out of these guys that aren't in the starting rotation, Gary, and that's a sign of a winning ball club.
Well, and good depth. I didn't know in Lincoln, Nebraska, you were allowed to play soccer. I thought University of Nebraska had it all kind of covered.
The Cornhuskers only know one sport, don't they?
They got a man down the middle of the field, and it's going to be against City, and so you're going to get a very good direct piece, a set piece here if you're Cincinnati.
A direct kick from not that far out. This will be a defensive test for City FC.
Well, look for Sean Acoli probably to take this one. Remember, he put it off the top bar the last time.
A beautiful shot, a laser that just barely missed. Top of the bar and kicked back out.
You look at Acoli, he's a big guy, 6'1", 187 pounds. He's, by the way, out of Federal Way, Washington. So all corners of the earth represented on these teams. And watch Acoli here, big guy, 6'1", but quick and powerful.
And City FC setting up the wall, but moving it back a little bit now.
You can see Noble on the near side of the net this time. He saw that hook last time. Noble directed his defense where he wants it to go. You can see him in behind. So here comes Acoli. Let's see if he puts the same kind of velocity he put on last time. There it is, and good defense getting in there by Wheeler. Still with the ball, though, Cincinnati. And again, good defense cutting off the angle. And it's going to be a goal kick. Great defense by FC that time.
It really was. They set up the wall. They were peeling some guys off the end to mark up players out on the wing, put it right into the wall, and Harrisburg defended it exceptionally well. They have a goal kick coming out. 2
great stops there to turn them away and earn the goal kick as well. And here's Noble booting it out of there. Oh, good head job by Aaron Wheeler to the far side. Battle of 6'4" guys over there as Wheeler got the best of it. You can see the difference in the field as you just look at the bottom of our screen here. You can see where the turf is in, actually where the infield is normally where the Senators play. It's held up fairly well tonight.
It has, and that on a wet field.
And speaking of Wheeler, Wheeler just got it lined up and said, let me see if I can put one down for about 35. It's not maybe the shot that Bill Betcher would want, but it was a shot Wheeler wanted at that moment.
In hockey, you would say he wound up with a big slap shot. That's generally not where you score.
Monday, May 9th, by the way, against Charleston Battery at 7 p.m. here at FMB Field. We'll be up here again on Monday night. Looking forward to being with you. Charleston Battery, by the way, had the best of the City Islanders last year as they outscored them 10-1 in goals in 3 games, won all 3 games, obviously. But so far this year, Charleston not having near the season they had last year.
And City FC, a team that's building and building and building. will have a shot at him.
Although Charlotte going into tonight is 4-2 and are in third place, so not a terrible season by any means.
No, the season is young, and I think you're going to begin to see the two divisions in the league kind of separating out next couple of games, Gary. But tonight, City FC looks very, very strong, and as you correctly pointed out, they pick up a win tonight. It's a very different race.
Foster over to Wilson, lethal combination, puts it up high, and the head, and Wheeler trying to get his body turned. Good defense there by Cincinnati, and they get it out of there, and they're on the run. Never ceases to amaze me. Look out right here. Chance to line one up. Fighting right down to the end line. And it'll be a goal kick out. So on the transition that time, FC looked like they were really in a defensive way, got back fairly quickly to stop that thrust.
They got back fast, Gary, and they needed to. Cincinnati played that very, very well with a couple of nice through passes. Good opportunity there, but City FC turns it away.
You know, you talked about coming together. You see some of our fans down there, and the horns, big horn night here at FMB Field.
It wouldn't be soccer without the big horns, Gary. They're great, and the kids love them, and I'm sure their parents love them when they take them home.
One of the other things, too, I noticed has become a real favorite out here, I guess, among soccer fans, is the scarves.
You have to have a scarf.
A scarf is a big thing, right?
It's as much a part of soccer as a helmet is of football, Gary. You got to have a scarf, and
now,
they're very popular among the fans, and a lot of them have them tonight, and they're coming in handy.
Is that a European thing? I mean, did that come from Europe pretty much?
It did.
I know Eric Pettis, who's around here, always has his scarf on. Doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees out. So Wheeler gets up there, gets it in the air. Another good head. Foster dumps it off to Wilson. Can he get by? Oh, no, and the ball is just kicked out of there at the last second. It's going to belong, I believe, to City FC.
Yeah, I think they called the play previous, Gary. You had a player down.
Right.
I think they.
Is that Kearshaw got taken down there?
Looked that way. And
or Warshaw,
like,
rather, excuse me.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give Harrisburg a free kick.
So it's actually not Warshaw. It's going to be Josh Hughes who gets taken down over there. And so a free kick here for Harrisburg. Long, high look. Wheeler to the middle. Oh, and just for a moment.
Turn it.
You saw who had it there. It looked like Josh. Was it Josh Hughes? No, it was actually Warshaw. Bobby Warshaw had the look. Here, take a look at it again. Going to see it put into play by Liam Doyle. The head for Wheeler. Nice job getting it to the middle. Warshaw trying to get turned and just a little early on the shot, actually.
Just a little early. Getting those hips turned is not as easy as it looks, Gary.
There's Foster coming out of there, getting to the far side. Not going to be able to hook up with Wilson this time.
Trying to come wide again to set up some space. Good idea. Ball just a little bit ahead.
One of the guys not available tonight, by the way, who's been really tough lately, has been Cardell Benbow, another of those guys out of Kingston, Jamaica. He's not here tonight. Benbow had a solid last game against Orlando. Here's some of that shorter passing that we didn't see as much of in the first half. Doyle doing a nice job defensively and then nailed out of there by Schaefer, but it's going to go back to Cincinnati, I believe. And again, in a dangerous area.
I was going to say, Gary, this looks like it's going to be a free kick very close in. They're going to have to set the wall up perhaps inside the box or right at the edge of the box. This has danger.
Kenny Walker walks it over, and it looks like, again, it's going to be Sean Acoli. So Acoli again, there with Kenny Walker. Acoli number 9, Walker 6. Noble getting his defense set. In the 71st minute now. This time it's going to be Walker. Walker hooks it nicely, heads it, and Noble played it perfectly. They got it where they wanted it.
Put it right where they wanted it, and Noble anticipated it exactly and was right there to pick it up.
Wilson trying to find his way around, being kept away. Good defense there. by Cincinnati. Lead out ahead. Near side to McLaughlin. Much more of an attack here in the middle part of the second half here with Cincinnati in the middle than we saw in the first.
Yeah, they've controlled the ball much more than they did in the first half, Gary.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Gary Sutton, Charlie Giroux with you here on a, we'll say a pleasant night, but a crisp night. Cool, if you will.
Started out relatively warm, and when that sun went down, it became pretty cool.
Oh, look out here. Good head out of there.
Nice play to head it out.
Very nice play. Ball taken out of there, I believe, by McLaws that time.
And that could have been a very dangerous situation, Gary, but McLaws very wisely headed it out of bounds and clearing it eliminated any problem for Harrisburg FC.
Pollock getting ready to put it into play here with the throw in. Into minute number almost 73. As time starts to become a little bit of a concern now if you're Cincinnati, I think you're going to see the sense of urgency pick up offensively for them.
I was just going to say that, Gary. In a couple of minutes, you get to the point where the clock becomes the enemy of Cincinnati FC, and I think you will see them begin to press forward a little bit more and with a little bit more aggressiveness.
Danny DePrima in there now for Wheeler. Danny DePrima is 5'9", the midfielder out of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, just around the corner here.
Some fresh legs for the real running part of the game, the midfield, Gary, and that'll help them defensively as we move into the final minutes of the game.
And Wheeler got beat up tonight a little bit. He played a very solid game, but he's out. The only problem with Wheeler going out there is you give up from 6'4" down to 5'9".
You know, it's exactly right, Gary. That height advantage, and Wheeler used it very effectively tonight, may cost them a little bit. That 6'4" and very solid jumping ability that Wheeler possesses has been a big boost for Harrisburg FC tonight.
Well, they've got another substitution coming in here for Cincinnati right now. We'll try to pick up the number for you here in a moment. Into the game for Cincinnati is number 10, that's Eric Stevenson, the midfielder, a 5'8", 160-pound player from Columbus, Ohio, home of the Ohio State University. Liam Doyle may know him. Liam Doyle played there. Oh, and a slip right there.
You saw that turf take its toll right there, Gary. That was...
He was lining that up.
He was lining it up, and that's in that area of the infield where they've got the sod laid down, and he slipped.
And I even noticed Wilson, when he planted his foot there to kick, made sure he really slapped it down before he let go of the ball. Right there it is to the middle to Stevenson.
My guess, Gary, is that in this sodded area, it's simply not able to drain off the way the regular turf is, which has real soil underneath it, as opposed to the sand of the baseball diamond. So
well, plus
I guess he's just not shedding the water the way that the other part of the field did.
Yeah, and again, hats off to the ground crew here because they've done just a fabulous job getting ready for this. And every night they've had the games here, people have been raving about this. But, you know, you've got seams that aren't going to be as tight together as you have on the regular field. And that's just...
There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's nature.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised they're able to do as good a job as they do. It really looks terrific, and the folks that have been down on the field have told me that it is really, really in good condition.
Good reversal field here by City FC. Touch pass back to the middle. Saw DePrima take it there.
I keep thinking of the Oakland Raiders and the San Francisco 49ers that have to play across that dirt infield in the NFL.
The Kezar Stadium, right? Yeah. Great point. In the old days, you know, you think about when they played football, the Baltimore Colts. What was it? Orr's Corner was right down there where the infield was at Memorial Stadium.
Memorial Stadium. They all played across the dirt.
Of course, soccer a little bit different because, you know, you're running from dirt to grass. A little bit different here than having to run there and kick a ball that's going to change levels when you do it.
Right, and the ball would pick up tremendous speed.
Exactly.
There are a couple of fields, Gary, where they have a problem where they've got artificial turf.
How about this? Foster out of the game. This will be Jankowskis coming in. They do this a lot. They bring in Jankowskis, and with Jankowskis, we have that size that we talked about a little bit and possibly a little bit more defense right now. Brett Jankowskis, the forward, is 6'2", 180 pounds, out of Sacramento, California. Played at Lander University. So you can start to see the two teams right now. And here, Harrisburg FC right to the middle. Oh, man, a second goal here would be unbelievable. Wilson trying to get it set. Back near side of McLaws. McLaws to the middle, and right there on the goal.
They'll pick up a corner, though, Gary. That was a nice play by City FC, and they're rewarded with a corner.
Mitch Hildebrand did a great job just to snuff that thing out and kind of smother it, but the corner goes here to Harrisburg. They have the only two corners here in this half, 4-2 thus far, and this is a big moment as Burrell will get ready to take this one. Over there with him is the ever-present Wilson.
And again, Harrisburg being very successful by spreading the field and pushing it to that right side, creating opportunities to come in from that side.
So here's Burrell. Now you have Jankowskis in there, remember. A lot bigger height in the middle.
Perfect.
There's the head. Oh, and a great shot. Nice job. Got it where they wanted to. Looked like Doyle actually had the shot there coming in from the far side.
Great cross and had the head right on it. Bang, bang.
There you see Bobby Warshaw. So now, defense, defense, defense for the moment. If you're City FC, as we said, the sense of urgency is going to start picking up here in a moment if it hasn't already for Cincinnati. Lost pass there. We talked about Jankowskis coming into the game, had one of his goals, and it was here at home. Right out in front again, and kick it out to the far side, get it out of immediate trouble.
A nice clear there by Harrisburg.
With the new instant game for the Pennsylvania Lottery, you could win top prizes of $100,000 or a luxury trip package. Play Escape to Margaritaville today. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every single day.
You're promoting Margaritaville, Gary. The scoreboard says Socceritaville.
There you go. Socceritaville right here. And right now, a lot of happy people at the score on that board. And there's Noble again. So Cincinnati, you're going to see them start to push forward a lot harder now, which also means in transition, City FC can get a cheap one.
It does, Gary. And you're down inside 12 in regulation now. You know, you get down below 10 and the sense of urgency really increases. You're going to see Cincinnati open up their game a little bit, take a few more chances, really try to press the action to get the equalizer.
Are we watching the white team, obviously City FC, getting tighter and tighter there to the middle?
Not quite Cananacha, but they are tightening it up quite a bit. You're
right.
going to see a fifth man coming across that back line anytime now.
Great long lead here. And they dumped it off, thought he had a man right there, didn't, kicked it out of there. It was a dangerous moment right there, a lot more dangerous than it may have looked to you. And the guy you got to keep an eye on down there is Okoli. Okoli lurking around from outside position right now. Here's take it away by McLaws. Back to the middle. Another good kick out of there. That's one where you just want to get it out. Don't try to hook up any passes, just get rid of it. Hildebrand puts it back to the far side. Here comes Cincinnati again. Almost look like City FC is just packing it in right now. It's a lead, take it away again, sent back out. Look at the room right now that they have.
They really are packing it up, Gary. As I say, it's not quite Cananacha, but they've got 5 defenders back, and in some cases they're pulling back a 6th. You have to be a little careful, though. There's still 10 minutes left in regulation, and pressing forward is still important to keep the other side off balance a little bit.
Look at 10 guys right here inside a 30-yard radius at the moment. Good defense out there. Maybe a corner kick, though.
Be a corner.
So the third corner kick of the game coming up from Cincinnati. And, you know, you kind of think of a basketball analogy here, you know, sitting on the lead maybe too early.
I wonder, Gary, and that's what I just was saying. You've got to keep pressing forward to make the other team stay on their heels.
Oh, this is a
Big
nice
cross.
Nice high kick. And it's going to be headed out. And another corner near side.
On the other side.
So another dangerous moment coming up here for City FC into the 81st minute of this one. Under 10 now on the clock. Stoppage time added. The near side quarter. Hot kick right out in front. Going to have a clean look right here, and there it is. It's in.
The equalizer.
And there's your score to tie it up. And that off the foot of Jimmy McLaughlin. He was sitting out there just waiting.
Picked up the rebound, Gary, and that's what you can't defend against no matter how many people you put back. And so now Harrisburg City FC has to press the attack again.
McLaughlin out there, got it lined up. And here he is. He had all kinds of time to let this one go, and you saw it just flashing it right past Noble and beat him. So at the 8:57 mark unofficially, McLaughlin with the tie. So now, sense of urgency paid off there. McLaughlin had it wide open, slipped it past Noble. So it's 1-1 now with under 10 minutes to play. Tough moment there for City FC as it looked like they were, and then I don't know if that was a case of them playing too much defense too early there, Charlie, but just a good look by McLaughlin out there.
Well, and back-to-back corners, Gary. You get the danger from one side and then immediately the danger to the other, and you have the equalizing goals as a result.
For McLaughlin, that'll be his first goal of the season. He now has 3 points on the season. McLaughlin has not played a lot of minutes. Well, I take that back. I apologize. McLaughlin has played more than me. I was looking at somebody else there, Derek Luke, but McLaughlin's played about 592 minutes coming into this game, so he's played a lot. So he has 1 goal, 1 assist on the season. But a big goal here tonight on the road, tying it up. Again, you got to keep in mind, this is the third game in 7 days for this team. They have been on the road and playing hard.
A key goal and a key moment, Gary, and Cincinnati has continued to press the attack. They've continued to control the action. They're taking it to City FC right now. City FC has to reverse that tide a little bit. They've got 7 minutes time to do what they need to do, but they've got to press the attack now.
Yeah, they withstood the opening moments of the second half here as Cincinnati came out with kind of renewed offense. And then they got some of their own going, had some pretty good shots. And now, kind of going into that defensive mode, they've kind of got to crawl out of that now and get back on the attack again. Is that a fair synopsis?
Very fair synopsis, Gary. It was clear that they went into a defensive shell. And we said at the time that it might have been a little bit too early. The real reason that Cincinnati FC scored was the dual corners, but they resulted from Cincinnati FC pressing the attack, taking it to Harrisburg relentlessly. Now Harrisburg has an opportunity with a corner of their own.
Yeah, talk about pressing the attack there, and Harrisburg is going to get it in the far corner. Ariel is going to line it up. Wilson right there, his sidecar again. We're in the 84th minute now, 85th minute rather. So big moment here. Can Harrisburg answer the goal from a moment ago? And no. Nice positioning that time by Hildebrand.
And the cross a little low and a little short allowed the keeper to take it at the front post.
Now Noble gets a nice clean look. Doesn't really get his full foot on it that well, but gets it ahead. Good header. Hand being held there from Mihan on Warshaw. Far side, there's that wide open far side. Here we go again. This is Burrell trying to hook it back in. Wilson. There's a through ball. Good defense by Cincinnati. Burrell back ahead again. Back to the middle. Defender's going to take it, kick it back out. Cincinnati trying to get on transition on the attack here. Not going to do it, and the ball belongs to City FC. We're now in the 86th minute, 85:09. The horns getting a little louder here. They want to see another score to the City FC fans. So 5+ minutes left.
There will be a little bit of stoppage time this time around, Gary. There were a couple of injuries that slowed things down in the second half, but probably not a lot. Maybe a minute and a half.
There's DePrima to the outside, to McLaws. Back up field. And you can see a little renewed interest here offensively from the Islanders right now.
Looked like he wanted to dance there, Gary.
And there's our first card of the game. A yellow card. It's going to go against Hughes. That's our first card of the game.
Been a very clean game, Gary, and the truth be told, that was, I guess, a yellow card that you had to give, but not much there.
No. It's not been a chippy kind of game anyway.
No, it's been a very clean game and a very well-played game by both sides.
You saw that with Orlando in the last home game they had. Long, high one here. Watch this guy. That's a Coley. Nice head out of there by Doyle. There's Burrell on the outside. Burrell carried it himself, looking for somebody in the middle. Swings it back instead. Long look by Doyle. Over to Wilson. Oh, Wilson can lead it to the inside. Nice pass by Wilson getting in there where they couldn't do anything with it that time, but certainly the idea was there.
Very nice pass.
Wilson has such great control. You watch, you talked about those skills in the first half. And
yeah, his ability to distribute, especially from out here on this right wing, Gary, has been a key to what they've done tonight.
Well, and when Bembo was here the last game, Wilson played the middle. So he was, talk about distributing. He was distributing the ball. He was, setting up good passes constantly, and he's even doing that from the outside. Here's another yellow card up. This one's going to be against Burrell. So 2 cards in the game, both so far against City.
And in rapid succession.
Not sure what that says at this point.
It could be a little bit of frustration, but when you get them this late in the game, and they haven't been flagrant in any manner, shape, or form.
Not at all. Now, you hate a game that kind of gets broken up by, just being kind of choppy and chippy the whole way through, if you will. Ball's going to be chased down here on the near side. Taken out by McLaws. Cincinnati with the throw in from Pollock.
Post-game autographs will take place tonight under Section 201. After the game, meet under Section 201 for the post-game autograph session.
You hear the horns right now as they go on offense. Trying to kind of move them on with a little momentum. Ball punched through. Going to be taken there by Hildebrand again.
Another good idea, led him just a little bit too much. They've had those nice through balls tonight, Gary. That was just a little bit too much of a lead.
Well, in Hildebrand there, you can see talking to his defense, say, settle down, settle down. And he didn't like being back there all by himself for a second. He's handled himself very well tonight, one of the outstanding goalies in this league.
Winding down in the final minute of regulation here, Gary. It'll be interesting to see how much extra time they give.
Yeah, we're going to see that rung up here in just a moment. And now you do not want to have any lapses here.
None.
Like this. Don't let him get his shoulders turned, and he doesn't. Good defense, cutting off the angle. So be a goal kick out now. 26 seconds left here in the regulation time. Been a good game tonight. Been a lot of fun to watch.
It's been a good game. Well played by both sides, Gary. Great game to watch in a beautiful ballpark.
There's a mom right there who's braver than I am. She has on shirt sleeves, and she's no worse for wear. I'll tell you what. Remember your mom tomorrow during Mother's Day. Please do it. I mean, there are a lot of great moms out here tonight. In fact, we had a mother kick off the game for us tonight.
And whoever's kids are hers, buy her a jacket.
Put a jacket on, yeah. The old island is a little, not frigid tonight, but it's cool.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, so lots of extra.
Than I thought.
Lots of extra time here. So let's see if we can get Harrisburg on the move here. City Islanders with the ball. Getting out ahead there to the ever-dangerous Wilson.
That's where they want it, spreading that field wide to the right.
Paul Wilson sets it up, leads it. Oh, he's got a man on open wide side. Harrisburg still has it. Oh, in the middle, nothing there. Kicked out. Boy, just for a moment, that wide side was wide open.
There was a great opportunity there for a moment, Gary. I thought they might have it.
Cincinnati with it. Coming down the far side with Walker. Look out. Okoli's got it. It's a rocket shot. There it is. Every time it touches his foot,
watch out.
Good things can happen for Cincinnati. So take a look at this. Got the far side wide open. Look at Wilson. Takes it down. Watch the lead on this. Far side. He sees it. He's got a man right there coming down the far side. That was Burrell, and Burrell couldn't quite get a clean shot on it.
Nope, it was that first time, Gary, and if he had hit that really solidly, might have had a different outcome.
Dump it off. Good connect. Back to the outside, get Wilson. Wilson in a foot race here. Kleindenz is going to get to it, or Hildebrand rather is going to get to it first. Hildebrand and Kleindenz are nice Central Pennsylvania names, aren't they? Good German names here. You'll hear those names a lot in Central Pennsylvania.
Those are quintessential Central Pennsylvania names.
Of course, you get to Lancaster County, you get Weaver and Stoltz-Foos, and now defense needs to be strong here. Little lead to the middle again. Ball up in the air, dangerous place. Good job getting out of there by Jankowskis. I think that's Shane Johnson who's in there now. Shane Johnson heading that ball out for City FC. The horns blaring. Boy, it sounds like something you could hear in Europe in one of those big matchups there, right?
As I say, there are a lot of horns, a lot of kids, and a lot of unhappy parents later tonight.
Well said. What's that sound, honey? At 3 in the morning. Kid's working on his soccer fandom, if you will. Oh, and looks like a corner coming up here. Or is it?
No, it's goal coming out.
Looked just for a moment like it might be a corner. Instead, it's going to be a goal kick coming out. Jankowskis.
And they're in no hurry.
No.
And that may be it.
They're counting it down right now. So you see Hildebrand taking all the time in the world to set this up. You think he's putting on a tee, for heaven's sakes.
He's surveying.
And at what point in time do you get called for delay here? That's the question. So Hildebrand, and that is it. And a 1-1 tie here tonight at FMB Field, and almost a W, but give credit that FMB here tonight, City FC, kept it at a tie with the second place team in the league with FC Cincinnati.
A really well-played match, Gary, by both sides. A little bit of a disappointment, obviously, for City FC because they held the lead through most of the game and had pressed the attack at a couple of different points, really looked like they were in control of the game, went into a defensive shell with about 10 to 12 minutes left in the game, and a corner-to-corner situation created an opening. Cincinnati took advantage of it. It ends in a 1-1 tie.
So Cincinnati will move to a record of 4-2-2 now, and that gives them their 14th point of the season. For Harrisburg, not what they wanted to end up with tonight with 3 points, but still they got a point. They go to 2-4-1. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, take a look at some of the highlights here tonight, and some wrap-up thoughts here on this USL matchup tonight. Again, a 1-1 tie here at FMB Field tonight. We'll be right back just after this.
Under a new state law, all electronics must be recycled.
Welcome to the Dauphin County Recycling Center, where recycling is quick, easy, and free.
You may recycle appliances or even cell phones.
We're open 6 days a week, and recycling is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Contact our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or visit our website for more information.
Help us protect our planet, because tomorrow does matter.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. we help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invika has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invika is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invika, providing affordable HD video solutions.
And welcome back to City Island as you see Bill Betcher meeting with his team in the middle of the field. They are going to be back at it here on Monday night. And again, we'll be here against the Charleston Battery. That game at 7 o'clock on Monday night. And Invika will be right here with all the play-by-play and color and pageantry of the game. Charlie Giroux with me tonight. Charlie, great job tonight. Great working with you this evening. And Charlie, your thoughts about this one, because it was a well-played game. We saw a couple of yellow cards at the end. Outside of that, it was a really neat night. We look at the final stats here. Shots, 9 by Cincinnati, 8 by Harrisburg tonight. Corner kicks, 5-4. Harrisburg over Cincinnati by 1 there. Saves by period for Cincinnati, 4. Harrisburg with 2. So it was close the whole way here tonight. And really I thought Harrisburg had pretty good control of this game until that last 8-minute mark there. And here, let's take a look at what happened. We're going to take a look at the 2 goals tonight. Wilson to Fisher. Actually, Wilson to Foster, rather, here in the first half of the 16:57 mark of just a perfect pass and a perfect goal. One more look at that. This was the lone score of the game for Harrisburg tonight.
Doesn't get any prettier than that, Gary.
No. For City FC. And then after 2 corners, here's McLaughlin lining this up, looking to take the time and just getting it past Noble. McLaughlin there off the second corner. There were 2 in a row there, 1 left, 1 right, and then McLaughlin says, let me have a shot at this. And McLaughlin, with his first goal of the season, beats Noble with it, and the defense for City FC. And that is where it ended up tonight, at a 1-1 tie. So final thoughts on this one, Charlie?
Gary, Harrisburg, or City FC, actually led Cincinnati in corners 5-4, but it was that dual corner situation there that really cost them late in the game. A little bit of a disappointment for a really, really well-played game by Harrisburg FC, but a lot to be taken away from as well. Pick up 3 points, move up in the standings, and come back on Monday night.
And you come back on Monday night here again with a chance to do more with Charleston, right here at I'll say this again, FMB Field. I'm going up and down the alphabet right now. FMB Field. It's been great having you along tonight. Thanks to so many people up here. Molly up here on the deck, who did a great job of getting us all the stats tonight. Thanks to our Invika crew and Josh Edwards leading the charge tonight. They gave you the pictures all evening long. Thanks again to my partner, Charlie Giroux. Just did a fabulous job. And we hope you have a great evening, everyone. Don't forget to thank Mom. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. We'll be back with you again Monday night here at 7 o'clock from FMB Field. I'm Gary Sutton. And for all of us here up on the deck, again, the final score, a 1-1 tie tonight between the City Islanders and Cincinnati. Have a great evening, everyone, and happy Mother's Day, all you moms out there.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent from the United Soccer League.